On September 7, 2012, heavily armed Bahraini security forces blocked all entrances to the capital Manama in an effort to prevent a march protesting against trials and verdicts to 13 political leaders, sentences ranging from 5 years to life imprisonment. Despite the blockade by the security forces, many marches and demonstrations took place in the capital Manama. These marches were quashed as security forces attacked people with tear gas and rubber bullets in the alleys of Manama. The Court of Appeal ignored the torture complaint submitted by the detainees, which included the names of those who were involved in committing such mistreatment. This disregard is in direct contravention with the Constitution, the Penal Code, and all international conventions and treaties ratified by the government of Bahrain. The politicized verdicts issued against these leaders and activists confirm the malicious and vindictive nature of the charges against them. What transpired in the military and civilian courts confirmed that this trial is a trial of idea. The trial proceeded without any investigation by any independent body into the defendants' complaints of torture, which were verified by the Bahrain Independent Commission of Inquiry, the BICI report. The court failed to respond to requests of excluding confessions obtained from the defendants under torture. The judgment issued on September 4, 2012 is part of the political landscape and the human rights crisis that Bahrain has experienced for long decades. In addition to being an extension of the consequences of the attack on the peaceful movement after the entrance of the Peninsula Shield forces in March 13, 2011. The winds of Arab Spring blew across the region in late 2010, commencing in Tunisia and moving across to Egypt, which in turn inspired Bahraini youth to announce February 14, 2011, a day of mass peaceful and civilized protest in the Pearl Roundabout. The authorities quashed the peaceful movement by live ammunition, killing, injuring, and detaining dozens of citizens in the process. On February 15th, the youth were able to return to the Pearl Roundabout after the funeral of Martyr Ali Mshema in a day. On February 17th, security and military forces attacked the Pearl Roundabout, resulting in the fall of more martyrs, the injury and imprisonment of many others. On February 19th, the youth decided to return to the Pearl Roundabout and accomplish that feat. Despite the brutal security crackdown and the fall of many martyrs, the protesters remained largely peaceful throughout the movement. All participating citizens maintained the peacefulness of this movement, with the political leaders remaining true to their principles, their actions and peaceful cause reflecting such principles and goals.
Our agenda always been peaceful activities, and I think the committee tried very much to keep it to peaceful.
الاستمرار في الضخ السلمي، في الحركة السلمية بأشكال وأساليب تشكل ضغطا يقرب موعد النصر وموعد تحقيق الآمال والطموحات لشعب البحرين.
موقفنا من العنف لن يتغير، وقد دعمنا مبادرات عديدة في هذا الشأن. نحن أهل سلم وإصلاح، نؤمن بحل الخلافات بالطرق السلمية.
Throughout the popular movement, none of the detained political leaders made any statement or issued any direction to deviate from the peacefulness of the means to be used in this struggle. They chose to raise flowers in the face of armed vehicles and weapons of the military and security forces. The political leaders are unfairly languishing in jail for raising the people's legitimate demands of liberty, social justice, and true democracy. They were demanding partnership in the political decision-making process and the elimination of corruption within the state's institutions. All speeches and statements made by the leaders confirm their commitment to peacefulness, national unity, and the eradication of sectarianism. Why should their fate be one of imprisonment, torture, and unfair judgments? For a country where hope does not waver, we will continue our peaceful and civilized struggle with the support of the people of the world who are eager for freedom, social justice, and the establishment of a democratic civil state that respects human rights.